Hey, what's up, y'all? It's D Train. Just checking in with you guys on this northeastern snowstorm that's going on up there in the Northeast. Yeah. Yeah, so now I feel like I can talk a little bit about what happened in 2005 because I was in it. Um, anytime you're not ready for something, it tends to do a little bit more damage, right? Than if you kind of can brace for it. You can board up the things or you can get the salt. Well, it was in January 19th, 2005. I'm talking to my New Jersey uh, brothers and sisters up there, where there was a lot of gridlock. I think they had something like 1,000 accidents. I hope everybody's okay. And it's crazy because it's like fire out on the West Coast, on the left coast, right? And so I don't know how they can, blame. Is it not global warming anymore? Is it not global warming anymore? Is it climate change? I mean, climate's going to change. Climate's been changing anyway. Um, not saying we can't do something to improve our environment, but these people like Ocasio, they talking about shutting down all oil and everything. I'm guessing. I don't know who they sending the money. Who do they want us to send the money to? Anyway, so I'm getting off on a tangent, but so they. It sounds like they're having to deal with some things that I've had to deal with. Right. Okay. So back in 2005, I was with my fi- girlfriend, fiance. She's my wife now, but back then we weren't married yet, and she stayed she stayed down off of like what is that? That's not 70, is it? I think it's 70. I think it's Glenwood Avenue. She stayed down there, and I worked up near what is it? Um, uh, what was that street? Six Forks, and it turned into Wake Forest Road, or Wake Forest Road turned into I think Six Forks. Yeah. So you know, and this was that's kind of far, but it's not that far. But when this snow came in, um, I think everybody uh, uh, they didn't really, they weren't really thinking about it. They knew something was coming, but nobody thought that a little bit of snow would do this. So when I left, right, when I left work, I worked at a mortgage company. When I left work, it took me an hour to get from my parking. Now I worked on the corner of what is it, Six Forks, and there's this like McCafe, McDonald's. There's a flower shop over there. Um, you know, it, and I worked on the corner in one of those little office buildings right there in the corner. It was older back then, so they probably tore it down. I don't know, but it took me an hour to get out of that parking lot and just get to that stoplight. And when I saw that, I had to make a decision. Do I keep straight, right, and go all the way down that road? I want to say it was like Lynn or Millbrook, or it was like one of those streets, um, Spring Forest. I don't know. It was one of those roads. Whichever one is right there at that McDonald's and the cafe. I had to make a decision. Do I keep straight, or do I turn right and go towards my buddy's house because it took me an hour again just to get around the corner. It was moving that slow. So I made an executive decision, and I called up my buddy and I was like, "Yo, man, I'm stopping at your house. I gotta come to your place because it took me an hour to get around the corner, and it's hilly getting all the way to Glenwood. I mean, Glenwood. You know, it's a hilly. It's hilly over there. So that wouldn't have been smart. So I just decided to take that right, and I got there before he did by like an hour or two. But his next door neighbor was a police officer that we knew, Chad. Right, so Chad let me hang out with him until until my buddy got back. But it was crazy, man. I think it took me about 4 hours. And so I'm so glad I had gas in the car, you know? So, yeah, just take it easy on the North Carolinians. And hey, look, here's another thing. If you're ever driving, right, just whatever you do, don't hit a tree because you're going to lose that battle. So don't go too fast. I know sometimes we all just push it a little bit, but man, you guys be careful out there. I hope everybody's okay. My condolences go out to all those families that lost somebody anywhere, but including that, crazy fire that's going on out in California. So, yeah, anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I got to go uh, finish cooking and get ready to go pick up my baby. So y'all take it easy, and take it easy on us Southerners down here when we get a little ice. Yeah, actually, the problem was what really happened was that when people started driving on it packed, and it kind of I think the temperature probably dropped and it turned into ice. So that was the actual problem. That's the problem every time because we have a lot of blacktop here. Um, and people like to drive and people have to drive in a lot of cases, so you know just keep that in mind. We be driving down here. um anyway, therefore, on the other hand, nevertheless, word, peace.